The deep learning practices, when you start practicing the deep learning practice, and you just have to do one, it's the repetition of spending 15-20 minutes a day, because what the deep learning practices do, they force your brain to start thinking. They force your brain to start using its own feelings and emotions. They force your brain to start talking and writing about the things that you're thinking about a specific topic or whatever. They force your brain to become interested in that topic because you've got an emotional connection. And then they force your brain to start actioning new knowledge towards solving a problem. And the reason why I say solving the problem, because every desire has a problem. Every single desire has to have a problem. Let me repeat this, it's really important. If you have a desire that doesn't have a problem, if you have a desire where it's easy, like my desires, I know people, family friends say, "Oh, Ross, what is that? It's crazy what you're doing." You have to have a desire that is a little bit crazy, because you need to have the problems underneath it. You need to have the challenges underneath it, because those challenges, and every time you overcome those challenges, you're growing. Every time you overcome a failure, every time you overcome a mistake, a fall, a pain, you're getting stronger. And slowly what happens is, when you're solving problems, and as you're using knowledge to solve problems, your brain starts to get excited, your emotions change, your experiences change, your energy changes. And it's through those moments that you find your ecstatic burning desire. So you're using those deep learning practices to eventually land on the desire, the burning desire. But the beauty about it is, because you've been practicing these deep learning practices for a while, what's happened is your brain now gets used to solving problems. So the moment you have solved all these problems and you've grown and developed all these little skills and so on, and then all of a sudden you found something that you really want to do, you've got a desire, and it's like, oh my God, I really want to do that. Because you're used to problems, you're not saying, oh, well, the problem with that is, this is the problem, that's the problem, that's the problem. And I see with my friends, they say, we come up with a great idea, oh, that's why I'm not doing it, because this, it's too competitive, it's this and that. And they don't even try. And it's because it's got that mindset. The mindset is full of doubt and fear. And what the deep learning practices do is they, for example, no matter what problems you have, we want problems, because our job is to overcome them. We're used to overcoming them. And when we overcome something, we grow and develop. And what we do even better is we start to become more creative. Because once the brain starts to change, once the brain starts to experiencing new things, because these deep learning practices, doesn't matter what I tell you, you have to experience it. You need to experience it yourself. I could be lying to you, and if I'm lying, bad luck. But once you experience these deep learning practices, once your brain switches, once your brain gets used to solving problems towards a goal, eventually your brain's going to change, and eventually you're going to create a desire, and eventually that desire is going to become a burning desire, and it's going to become an ecstatic desire. And the moment you find that ecstatic desire, the world is going to change in front of you. This is going to change, everything else is going to change. And you are going to make sacrifices. There's going to be people that are going to leave your life. There's going to be people that are going to come into your life, because that's nature. But you cannot stop yourself from going to that destination. You cannot stop yourself. You won't stop yourself. Once you find that, nothing's going to stop you. Nothing will stop you from getting there, because it's so real, it's so powerful, it's so passionate that the noise around you, everything just won't matter. You will find a way to get there. And that feeling and that moment and that adventure and the faith, and it's the key, is the faith. Because that faith that sits up here, that kills fear, that kills doubt, that's going to be your driving force to getting you to where you must go. The moment you find this, most people haven't found this. I know I didn't find it until recently, but the deep learning practices, it was the deep learning practices, doing them daily. It's not about doing these deep learning practices for half a day here and doing them for 1 day and 2 days and then stopping them for 5, and then you have to do them daily. Just like you eat, you do this daily. You do the deep learning practices daily, and you'll watch and you'll see and you'll experience something remarkable happening to you, because your greatest ever gift is your brain. And how you think and how you act is 100% to where you're going.